Hey guys, the new Muppet movie's coming out, so I thought it'd be fun to make a Miss Piggy cake. Today I'm gonna show you how to do it. I'm Elisa Strauss and we're mixing it up in the kitchen today. To make the skirt of Miss Piggy's cake, I just used some pans that I had at home. And then I just put a metal bowl on top to give it the nice shape. These are the two 6-inch, and this is the bowl shaped, kind of like half a soccer ball shaped pan. So whatever you have, that's what you should use. To get the shape that you need, I'm going to cut off the domes of all of the cakes. So another thing you could do is always bake in sheet cakes and then use a 6-inch ring. I personally like that because it doesn't take too much time and there's not that much waste involved. Now that the cakes are leveled, they're ready to be stacked. So for that, I'm going to just take a 6-inch round cardboard, the same size as the bottom layer of my cake, put a dab of filling just to hold the bottom layer. Then we're going to stack the cakes between 2 layers of filling. Now that I have the general shape of my doll dress, I can stick this in the freezer for about 15-20 minutes, and then it'll be much easier to sculpt. My cake is nice and chilled, so I'm ready to start carving. So I just want to start by trimming up all the edges. And then I'm going to go back in and start making some pleats, just by carving away the cake, and then we'll round them out after. So after I make those indents, I just want to go back and smooth the pleats so that when I put the rolled fondant on, it has the shape of a gown and it doesn't have hard edges. Now that the cake is carved, I'll go ahead and do the first coat of buttercream. That's going to seal in all the crumbs onto the cake. Now that I have the crumb coat done, I'm going to stick it in the fridge, let it chill, do one more layer of buttercream, and then we'll be ready to cover it with the rolled fondant. So my cake has been iced in 2 coats of frosting, and what I did is I went ahead and rolled out some fondant. So I go right over the top. Then I'm going to press from the top going down, because even though I have the carved pleats, I don't want to have any extra pleats. So I would just want to pull it out. And then I'm going to use a skewer. So I'm going to go right through the center. Voila. And then we can get to Miss Piggy. So I start with about 4 ounces of flesh colored gum paste. And I'm going to cut it into a torso, a head, 2 arms, and 2 ears. And for this doll, Miss Piggy is wearing gloves. So we're going to make the fingers by just exposing the thumbs, and then I'm going to make impressions where the fingers will be in the gloves. And while I'm working with the flesh color, I decide to make 2 ears. And now I'll make the nose. I do that by using an 804 tip, and I'm going to use the veining tool to make the nostril. All right, so to put the body together, I'm going to put the torso and then the head. Then I'm going to glue on the nose and also make the mouth. You want to make sure to make puffy cheeks. So now let's make her some eyes. To make Miss Piggy's notorious eyes, I use an 804 tip to cut out 2 black backgrounds, a 12 tip to cut out the whites of the eyes, the 804 tip to cut out eyelids in pink, and then I'm also going to use a number 6 tip for the blit. Then I'll use some extra black gum paste to create an eyeliner and some eyelashes. Now I took a strip of the leftover fondant from before and I create a bodice around the torso of Miss Piggy. Of course, even Miss Piggy needs a little cleavage. To add a dress detail, I use a 3.5-inch fluted cutter and I cut 3 circles to make the detail on the dress. Next, from some pink gum paste, I'm going to cut out a strip for the belt, and then I'm going to make 3 bows that add the final detail at the top of the dress. And once you have your bow done, you want to create 2 tails for each bow. I want to put the final detail on the dress, so I have this special feather crest mold from Marvelous Molds, and then I'll have about 10 of these and I'll place them all along the bottom of the dress. Next, I'm using some lemon extract mixed with luster dust. I'm using an orchid pink so I can paint the gloves onto Miss Piggy's arms. So now I'm going to make the hair, and to do that I'm just using some modeling chocolate. That will be the most pliable. Next, I'm going to just form it into the shape of the hair. And after I get the hair situated the way I want it, then I'll go back in with a veining tool and make all of the details. Well, now her hairdo's all done. Let's go ahead and paint it and give her some blush for her cheeks. To paint the hair, I'm just using a mixture of dust. One's a yellow color called Candlelight, and the other is Antique Silk, which will give it the shimmer. I think it's the perfect mixture that gives Miss Piggy's golden locks. And that's all there is to it. I hope you enjoyed learning how to make Miss Piggy. I love all the special details we came up with. Remember, you can customize it any way you want. Instead of feathers, you can make lace. And of course, you don't have to make Kermit the Frog green in her gown. You can make any beautiful color you wish. Remember, all the ingredients and equipment I used is listed down below. And don't forget to subscribe and share with me what you make. I'd love to see what you come up with. I'm Elisa Strauss, and we're mixing it up in the kitchen today.